My previous video, which you should be able to find right in the top corner, I was talking about this news going around about a company that spent $500 million in AI usage in a single month. As crazy as it sounds, it seems to be true. And rumor has it that it was Amazon, although I could not confirm that. People are just speculating that it's Amazon. I could not confirm that. Okay. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Amazon because they are the type of company that can afford that kind of AI usage. I mean, $500 million in one single month. Who can afford that other than companies like Amazon, right? And that's absolutely insane. And the reason this happened is because employees of this company engaged in what is called tokenmaxxing. Tokenmaxxing, if you're not familiar with this term, is a new slang term in the world of AI, and it's used to describe the strategy that employees came up with to game the system. What do I mean by gaming the system? I will explain. Many companies decide to use the amount of AI usage as a way to measure employee performance and the level of AI adoption, right? So in simple words, if an employee has been using AI tools a lot and spending a huge amount of tokens, it means that employee is forward thinking and is taking advantage of AI tools. At least that's what they were trying to measure. So AI usage is being used as a type of key performance indicator, all right? If by the end of the month, this employee use a lot of AI, spend a lot of token, that means somehow that employee was taking advantage of AI, which, to be honest, to me, it doesn't make sense at all. And we're going to talk about it. So, and as you can see, the strategy quickly backfired because employees figured out they could just use AI for anything, including asking silly questions and uploading a bunch of documents with heavy prompts just to increase their token usage. So at the end of the month, they would get a pat on the back because supposedly they are taking advantage of AI. And you can imagine what can happen if you don't put a usage cap on each employee. And for big companies like Amazon, Facebook, and those type of companies, hitting $500 million in AI usage in a single month is not impossible if they use this strategy to measure employee performance. Like, oh, you're doing good if you spending a lot in token usage, which again doesn't make sense at all for me as a way to measure employee performance, at least not token usage alone, right? And that's why I say strategy like this can easily bankrupt your business easily. And for smaller companies, even 500,000 a month is way too much, or for some, even 50,000 is too much. So the question is, how can we avoid this, right? And the answer is simple: architecture and design. And that's what we talk about here, architecture and design. Meaning, whenever you implement an AI solution in your organization, it's critical that you take time to create a document that outlines how AI will be used, what the rules and guardrails are, and what the expected outcome is after you implement the AI solution. And to combat tokenmaxxing specifically, the solution is to measure employee performance not by the amount of AI usage, but by how efficiently they did their job using AI tools, right? For example, if a certain task used to take an employee a whole week, let's say, to complete that task, and now using AI, they can do it in 2.5 days, for example, that means the employee gained 50% efficiency and reduced delivery time by half, right? And this is the kind of metric you should measure as a business owner. And actually, I would give more points to the employee who gets the best out of AI while spending less. I would use that as a tiebreaker. So if, for example, two employees, they kind of reduce the delivery time by 50% using AI, the next thing I would check and use as a tiebreaker is how much they spent to achieve that result. So the employee who used less token, okay, that would have more points because he was able to achieve the same outcome using less tokens, spending less. So that's it, folks. It's all about planning and architecture. Implementation becomes relatively easy once you have the architectural part figured out, right? I'm talking from my own experience. The most successful projects we have worked on are the ones that started with good architectural planning. The ones where the client invested enough resources and time in designing the solution before implementing it, right? And we are constantly reviewing our own internal process to get the most out of AI while keeping AI usage healthy. The question is, How are you implementing your AI solutions and strategies? Are you investing in architecture, or are you just jumping right into implementation and trying to figure things out along the way? That's the wrong approach. Let me tell you by your own experience. The answer to this question, will determine how successful your AI adoption will be. Are you jumping right implementation, or are you working on architecture first? If your answer is I'm working on architecture first, I'm almost 100% sure that you're going to have a successful AI adoption process. If you're just jumping into implementation, you'll probably be able to do it, but you're going to have headaches down the road. And that's it, guys. That's a wrap for today. I hope you did enjoy this video and another raw conversation. This is what we do here. We have a raw conversation about AI operations and architecture. No hype, just pure value and insights. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we'll see you in the next one.